Alright, kids. China to 3 emergency broadcast, kids. I feel compelled, even though I was watching a video by Wendy about an hour ago, and she was making a good point that what does it matter how Kappy, if there was a product. I mean, it made a lot of sense that deep down, let's say that Kappy is dead. Who cares? Who cares? Kappy never did anything important. Kappy is not a martyr. And in these people's eyes, Kappy's some kind of a hero. So we're going to go and listen to, these are the owners. I mean, this is what you get on YouTube, kids. So PhoenixEnigma, who's got a channel with 5,000 subs. He's got, a couple on here. He's got the name that he says their name is here on his channel. Here's the ULR. So this guy's now getting people together to sue YouTubers. So he wants to sue Nerdy Art Holly. He's found out her first name, I guess, and Lisa Crapella, which is obviously not a real name, and all of Julio Hawks, face a defamation lawsuit. And then, this is the extreme psychosis here, is that you could see PhoenixEnigma sitting around, and he's got these two people that are explaining how they were defamed, because I guess Nerdy Art Holly had called them up, and this guy had said that he is part of some kind of production. And here he's wearing a shirt. The thing is a stunt crew. But, I mean, where does this guy find these two people? Here we go. We're just going to listen to little parts of it, because you don't have to listen to the whole thing to see just how foolish this is. So someone calls you and asks you some questions, and you are the owner of a business, and then somehow, what did PhoenixEnigma call these people and tell them that they are part of the Kappy LARP, and that they're being drawn in and they need to take some kind of legal action? And then he went on over to their house and he filmed them, because it looks like he's gone and traveled to them to make this video, because these two people don't look like they get out of the house. Okay, and if he has, he's brought his blue mic. He's looking terrible, man. He's lost a lot of weight. So this nose here, PhoenixEnigma, we're not going to speculate here that he's part of any religious groups or anything like that, but she definitely is. And I don't know what to say about this person here, what's going on with them. So listen to their story. Here we go.
A Hollywood whistleblower.
No.
Okay, so what I want you to listen to is, look how terrible he looks. Okay, so I want you to listen to PhoenixEnigma's explanation of what Isaac Kappy is. Here you go.
You guys have boxes with all that stuff in that looks like that?
No, I have boxes of gloves. I have defibrillators that don't work. They're just made to look the part, because they do everything post-production.
Okay.
I don't have even big boxes with all of the bandages, tapes, etc. you would find in a medical kit on an ambulance.
And honestly, what's really funny about this is everything that's in the ambulance is expired.
So have they watched the LARP video with the 3 photos? So are these guys now participants in the YouTube story? They're watching YouTube. So he's referencing that he doesn't have he's got all expired stuff. How do we know if it was expired? Do you think anyone got a chance to inspect? I'm sure all that shit in that jump scene was expired. Now, this is just so bizarre that for anyone to think that you would, that if I made a video, if I called a store right now, let's say I called a store that sells Halloween costumes, and I asked them about something that's going on YouTube, and then they had nothing to do with it. Do you think they would even remember the phone call? What would they care at all? I mean, this doesn't even have any, there's no reason to be concerned with nerdy art calling around. And if it wasn't the case, I mean, would you even care? What, did anyone else call you? Did you start getting harassing phone calls that's caused you to call into YouTube and find PhoenixEnigma out of the blue and then have him come over to your house within a few hours and do an interview? They requested I interview them after they learned that Holly, Nerdy Girl Art, who has the YouTube channel. My God, man. You people are just pathetic, man.
So we don't use it.
It's
like
just
the few
props.
Yeah,
bandages
it's
we
just
do
a
have,
prop.
it's just meant to look good. But
Interesting.
I wouldn't.
So what is this? Let's tell this story that they're talking about.
I guess the looming question is, has the CIA...
Okay, so you're worried about Nerdy Art Girl, and then you phoned. Wait a minute. Miss and Glenn Walker, owner of AZ Movie Props. They requested I interview them after they learned that Holly, Nerdy... Now wait a minute, man. What, did they get your number off of YouTube? What did they get? Once you got a call from Nerdy Art Girl, they said, let me call PhoenixEnigma. I mean, this is the stupidest thing that I've ever heard. I mean, these two people look out of work, out of shape, out of their minds. But let's go.
The deep state, the Mossad, any presidential black hat organization ever called you guys personally and asked to rent your guys' equipment for a clandestine subterfuge to relocate a Hollywood whistleblower?
No, never before. We're a tiny little company in Chandler, Arizona. Why they would rent somebody unless they were just like, oh, this name looks good, let's call them, when they have access and money to go to somebody that would have newer fire trucks and the means to purchase those types of things. That is not us.
Well, see,
we're
my
a husband
thought-
and wife small business.
I'm not a super sleuth, but my thought, if I was going to be a CIA operative, would be to do it.
No, but he's talking a lot. He's not a super sleuth. But, so he's making fun of the people on the internet that are super sleuths. So he's saying he's not that. I mean, but then he's trying to be the Kappy, go-to Kappy guy. So if he's, I'm wondering how these two fat slobs got your number to call you. Okay? Because that's not something that makes any sense in the timeline. They saw the video. They got a call from Nerdy Art Girl and has a YouTube channel. So you're the one participating in this bullshit, PhoenixEnigma. I mean, you're disgusting, man. And this is, you're part of this bullshit. This Kappy bullshit. These people. This taking it to the next level. This is what Dave Acton does. PhoenixEnigma. So Cory, you're moving into a new part of YouTubing. Okay? That's where you try and force feed that you are gonna sue people because they're uncovering that you're full of crap. Okay?
All in-house, so you wouldn't have any exposure.
Yes.
By outsourcing your witness protection program to, private small businesses in Mesa, Arizona, hoping it didn't leak out. Just saying.
Yeah. If he was really...
It's pretty un-CIA-ish to me that you'd think they'd have their operation together a little bit better.
Yeah, if he was in witness protection, they really wouldn't call...
Okay, so how does she know the story au complet of Isaac Kappy? I mean, the only people that know the Isaac Kappy story, and look at the way this guy keeps looking at her, and this guy with his smug face. So she's now gonna tell you about
All us. They would take it in-house. They have the means to do so. They have government agencies that they can.
She's gonna start talking about Kappy. I mean, this guy's leading the conversation, and she's going along with it.
Just pay off for such things.
Yeah, I was after you and I spoke last night, I was sitting there thinking there would be so many easier ways to get somebody into witness protection than...
Okay, now they're running with this witness protection. Okay. They're gonna run all over the place with every theory that might be out there. The reality is these people are all working together. Kappy is not injured. Kappy is pretending to be dead with these people's fake equipment. Okay? And this trick joker has been on YouTube chirping about Kappy since Kappy died. He's the guy. He got famous when Kappy died. He's the guy that saw that there was nobody under the bridge. And then when everyone tuned into him, well, then he said he was on the other side going the other direction in traffic. So, and then he's, you know, and then all of a sudden Kappy, according to him, was dead. And then he had the dead man switch. Remember, this is the trick joker that had the dead man switch. Okay, and Isaac Kappy and Lift the Veil and this guy are all working together with Schoenberger. They're all pushing this Kappy bullshit. Likely for Media Matters.
To rent all this stuff, close down I-40 for 3 hours, and pay off or bring all the actors into redirect traffic in this big, huge production to remove one man after you faked him falling off of an overpass in the middle of nowhere, when you could just simply have him disappear.
Yeah, except, okay, so I'm going to explain the difference. So these people are all interjecting what you could have done, what could have, but these people are trying to make you believe that Kappy's dead. So he couldn't just disappear and then people on YouTube would think he was dead. They had to show some kind of a movie of him being killed or him dying, or have some kind of way for him, for people to start believing that he was dead. And so that's why Kappy is not disappearing. That's why he's not. That's why these fools are not letting it go. That's why these people apparently called this trick joker after someone called them out of the phone book. They called him because they figured this was going to get bad. And this guy came over to do that.
Production to pull off something like that. If you've ever been on a movie set, it's a huge production.
Yeah, I've been on one, and it was, yeah, it's pretty. There's a lot of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. You know, I've done small-time TV now. I was at a travel channel a few weeks ago. I was on Italian television last week, and it's like 16 people for a 5-minute interview. Yeah. It was,
so you see where PhoenixEnigma is trying to go with his channel. He's trying to be mainstream, man. The travel channel. He's doing, you know, what he's saying is he's doing tours of Arizona. And so this shit, and no matter how many subs he gets, he can always spin this off and make this into his travel channel. So this guy, I mean, he's not a reliable person to get any information from.
People, even small little rap videos we get hired for, they come to our place of residence, and it's like 16 to 20 people for a 5-minute shoot. It's you know, it's way too much. So no, we've not had any contact with any sort of government agency or black market agency of any sort.
I wouldn't expect so.
No.
Yeah. So, have you spoken? Well, Holly called you twice, right? She called you the first time inquiring about everything. If you watch her video, which I do not recommend anyone to watch her video, because it's just garbage. It's 2.5 hours.
Okay, kids? And I make the same recommendation about this trick joker and his two beluga friends that have found a way to meet him after getting a phone call. If you're supposed to believe that these two trick jokers got a phone call to their business, and then from that phone call they called him, and from that they all met, and then they're doing this interview and they're all working together now. I mean, it's starting to look to me like these people are definitely involved, or they just wouldn't care. Think about it, kids. If someone called me and I had a Halloween store and they asked me if I had rented out any Halloween costumes for police officers and for ambulance, and if I was involved in some kind of production down near a bridge where a guy was killed, if I had nothing to do with it, I would just be like, no, dude, sorry. Yeah, we did rent out those costumes, but I don't know, I don't care. Why would I get off the phone right away and then go on YouTube and somehow find PhoenixEnigma? I mean, it's just, fuck, this guy is so insane, man. Like, read my comments.
That's the call where she was asking what you guys did and then scripted the narrative, and then she was talking about that when she called you a second time in that video that she was doing live.
Yes.
Why don't they put proof?
Brings it personal on a personal level, like, hi Glenn, like,
Yeah,
just,
I
you know,
don't know, it was
before
all-
she even called him, and it's just like,
I don't
really?
know her.
If you're really trying to seek the truth, if that's what you're all about, would you make such fun of somebody? Would you be like trying to be sexy with your voice? You know,
She was playing like she was going to be sexy
Yeah.
earlier. Before that, she was
Yeah.
talking about it. She was obviously playing with her audience out there at your expense. Not cool. Not cool.
And it's really disappointing, is, you know, bringing my dad involved in this and stuff. You know, he just handed out my business card because he literally thought she was someone looking for work or had, you know, inquiries about the props that we rent out. This was months ago. Months ago that this card was even given to her. Mine are color now. The card she has is black and white.
So
It tells you the difference.
So Holly walked into your father's shop. She grabbed your guys' business card.
She talked to my dad.
Talked to your dad.
And he felt, okay, well, maybe this is someone I need to.
She had it sitting around.
to.
Isaac Kappy passes. I do this in complete investigation. She wants to jump in. She looked.
Okay, wait a minute, buddy. So does this guy think he has some kind of a nobody can trespass on his Kappy investigation? I mean, this is the most insane interview that I've ever seen anyone do to try and, like, this basically proves that Kappy, this is 100% a rigged gig, and this guy is trying to save the operation right now. And it just doesn't make sense that these people would get a phone call or a visit from Nerdy Art Girl, who, you know, gave her name as Holly, and then would call PhoenixEnigma. That doesn't happen, man.
down her desk and finds this card and says, "Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
that's the company that rented out because it's all fake." And she just so happened. Does this make any sense to anybody?
Yeah.
Anyone see the would it be psychopathy going on here?
Listen. This is what you call gaslighting. Look at how embarrassed everyone is. He's basically telling you that you guys are psychotic for not believing that these people are putting on a production. Like, this is a production. Regardless of whether they rent out props and stuff. The fact that they have this trick joker at their house and they're doing a video with him and they're answering all his questions and they're talking about Kappy and Nerdy Art Girl doesn't prove that Nerdy Art Girl did criminal defamation. It proves that you guys are reaching so hard to salvage control over the Kappy LARP that you will do anything, including Dave Acton tactics of fake suing people.
the absolute insanity. And what pisses me off on a personal level is that somebody can sit there behind a keyboard, unaccountable for their words, and dragging people and their businesses into their garbage because they want some attention and a few.
Okay. Let's just say I've not mentioned the people's stupid company that rents props. And I would never rent anything from them based on the fact that they got a phone call from somebody. And then from that phone call, they called PhoenixEnigma, who they found online somehow.
On their faltering YouTube channel. It's sick and it's sad and it's pathetic. And this crap has to end. It just has to end. Today, nerdy art, you're being called out. You're a goddamn black sin and liar, ma'am. Yar. Okay? Like we've called out the other ones. Okay? I think you need help. I think you needed help when you first contacted me months ago and asked me to get involved in your education, financing, take over the world thing that you were talking about with me that I still don't understand what you're into. I told you I couldn't get involved in that, and good luck. I know you were upset about that. Don't want to get involved in that. Don't want to get involved with you. Don't want to get involved in anything you're doing because you have serious problems and issues. Are you guys looking to do any legal action at this point?
We're going to speak to the legal authorities, local authorities, probably later on today, and possibly an attorney. We've asked her, I've made a public statement on our Facebook page. I've asked her on her YouTube channel to please retract her statements in her video that is untruth.
Can you believe this? That they're... I mean, I could see where if you were involved, you wouldn't want to be involved. I mean, if you're a prop company, what does it matter if you're involved? If you're just a prop company, you can be involved in providing props to actors that are fake dying. You don't have to get involved afterwards and try and sell the story to YouTube that you're gonna perhaps go to the police. Perhaps these people are going to Arby's. Right after this interview, they're going in the kitchen and they're eating. Okay? There's no police.
His legal name and information out there on video. YouTube policy states that is...
Oh, these bitches will strike your channel. And this guy will be involved in that shit. And I can tell you YouTube is garbage, man. And there's nothing... You're allowed to put out a person's company information. If they're involved, if they're not involved, if you believe they're involved. I mean, these people are insane, man. This doesn't make any sense that this guy is in their backyard doing a video about nerdy art girl. I mean, this is complete insanity.
Invasion of privacy. I flagged her video with YouTube. I will continue to do so. I've asked her to remove it. I will clarify though that Lisa Crapella did retract her statement and her video, has made a new video stating that she spoke to us and that Holly was lying and misinformed her. So I at least want to clear her name, that she at least has done the right thing by trying to clear our name. and admitted that she was misled by Holly.
Give me a break, man. These people are this is fucking retarded.
But Holly's had all morning to retract her video.
Like, this is what YouTube has become for freaks like Thomas and this guy, his little kitten boy over here. Jewish Enigma. I mean, it's become a place where these freaks want to feed you stories. They want to be in control of the stories. And then if your narrative, you know, like Kappy's in youth protection or is in, you know, witness protection, I mean, then they'll friggin' lay that on top of it too, man, and they'll ridicule you and your shit. The whole, everything to do with Kappy, everything to do with Tom Hanks, everything since the time he got here with Pizzagate has been pure bullshit, period.
And she's chosen not to because she wants the attention, I think. And unfortunately, she's involved us, and now I'm going to involve the legal authorities.
The legal authorities. Well, I'm going to do this video because it's an educational video, and I'm Canadian. So I have fair dealings that I can do a commentary on any videos that are out publicly. So all this content that you've released on this Dumbo's channel, I can do a video about it because you see my face right here. I'm doing a commentary, okay? So when you start striking my channel because this guy tells you it's a good idea, well, just know that you'll be in contempt of court, okay? And it carries a $250,000 fine and I think 2 years in jail. Okay, so you two king-size people do not want to spend 2 days in jail. Forget about years.
Understands what the potential downfall is of her actions in your guys' industry.
No, she doesn't understand because we've gotten phone calls from other movie productions stating, were you a part of anything of this sort? No, we were not. So we need to clear our name. And that means she's, you know.
Wait a minute. So in the one day that... Okay, so now I'm going to point out how this is pure bullshit. Okay, so Nerdy Art Girl calls in. And then she goes in and picks up a card. Because I guess she's in Arizona, so she drops by and picks up a card. Because she had a card. Then this girl calls this douche, this degenerate, this fraudster on YouTube. Okay. And then from there, they get together and they discuss Kappy. And then at the same time, sometime between her calling and him getting this interview the next day and the morning, so people from her industry have been calling her to ask her if she's involved and to ridicule her as a company that rents props, because she may have possibly rented props for a YouTube sensation, Isaac Kappy bullshit. So that's what you're trying to make me believe now.
We got a potential defamation of character lawsuit that I can proceed with against her, and I have every intention of doing so unless she retracts her statements and clears our name, because we had
a potential defamation of law. Are you kidding me, kids? What am I in? Am I potentially at risk to going to jail for life for making this video?
Nothing to do with this.
There you go. I think
Do
that's
not
appropriate.
mess with this girl.
I think that's an appropriate course of action. You know, there's been a lot of people investigating a lot of matters during this Kappy incident. There's a lot of things.
And this guy wants to be the lead investigator. As long as he's investigating and he's getting the views everything's okay. As soon as someone else releases something and he's not controlling the narrative anymore, this happens. He shows up at someone's house that he doesn't know with his blue mic, and they don't know him, but they found him online. And in one night, overnight, since they've got this phone call and the video that she put out was released, they've gotten messages on their Facebook. They've got messages from other people in the industry that are shocked that they may have rented equipment. I mean, they're an equipment rental company. So people are shocked that they may be involved with the Kappy LARP. I mean, it's just insanity.
Not answered yet. There's a lot of bizarreness to it. There's a lot of conflicting testimony and statements and actions on behalf of the law enforcement. There's no doubt there's a whole lot of weirdness going on with this deal. This whole LARPing thing where you have unstable people dragging in other people, creating mud in the water, just
it doesn't help anything.
It doesn't help anything at all.
Now, why would she care about mud in the water, about anything to do with Kappy? So let's hear her why she's so concerned.
Doesn't help uncover any sort of truth. It does not help get any sort of AG to look at the picture. It does not help with his family getting closure. It does not help with his friends that want the truth to come out. It doesn't help. All it does is mislead everybody.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. His friends that want the truth to come out? I mean, what the hell is this thing?
It does, and 3 days ago, 3 days ago now, another, not a gentleman, another guy.
You better not start not talking about me.
And he posted
This freak.
graphic photos.
Yeah, me and Julio.
They then turned around and chastised me for not being transparent with my viewers and listeners, as I was hiding something from everyone, when we had told them we were never gonna release those photos because no one needs to see them.
He's so full of crap.
Themselves, I'm not gonna put them public because.
So, this whole FOIA request and the stuff submitted around this incident was all submitted by these people, man. This person here doesn't make any sense chronologically. The only thing that I can guarantee you is that she's hungry right now, and he's about to go buy something for her to eat.
There's no point. It's out of respect for the family.
And what does this crazy chick care about Kappy? This guy's acting like he cares about Kappy. I mean, this is total insanity.
See him in that state. That's
Shout out.
That's a bad state, and I know you've seen those.
I have.
Shout out to the general.
Lisa Crapella, Nerdy Art Holly, and the guy All-American Cartell were the three that have been teaming up the last.
And you notice how these trick jokers are gonna try and catch her. Everyone, and that's what happens being the friend of the sheriff and being on the right side of the law on YouTube. It's basically you always see me floating around, and then people will go on and off the side and in and out, and they'll be working together. They'll have people on the inside that are close to you, and I don't trust none of them, man. I don't trust none of these people, man. I trust Julio. I trust that nerdy art girl don't have nothing to do with this LARP. And I don't trust this person. Certainly not.
Last couple of days that are really spearheading this whole entire thing. And Nerdy Art, that's when she grabbed you, pulled you guys into it, and then Cartell jumped on it because he'll jump on anything. He's out there.
He's another one that I'm looking to proceed against as well.
He's from the beginning. manufacturing lies, flat out insane lies about people being in the Temple of Set, satanic rituals. And says, "Hey, you can make a video."
Okay, kids, that's enough. Fair use in effect. China to China to China to 3. Please don't have nightmares about these people. Okay, you are allowed to make a video about any of these videos that this Trick Joker makes, as long as it's a commentary on his video. I'm warning all you freaks, Thomas included, that if I have any problems with these videos, that I will be more than happy to see you Trick Jokers in court for contempt of court for using the DMCA system. We've seen this all before in 2016 with you freaks. So get a grip, get off of your Kappy trip, and stop coming up with more bullshit to cover up bullshit, okay? What a joke.
If you want attacking me, it's only fair.
It's all for attention.
It's
for attention.
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Those that
We're researching here, and he is trying to generate a big LARP.
The ones that really want to know the truth will do things like this and try to uncover all of these allegations against people, allegations against the city officials. They will sit down and take the time, such as yourself, to do the right work. The people that just make things out there for attention for themselves, they don't really care. All they care about is themselves, and they don't care who
Get
they
the
hurt.
facts. Don't take someone and twist their words.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. Everybody wants you to get the facts, and these guys got the fax paper. Okay, so as long as you're you're letting them talk, you're listening to what they say, and you're repeating it, there's no problem. If you make a video about a prop store giving props to a possible movie set, well, they're gonna sue you for defamation. And if that makes any sense to you, then welcome to YouTube. Please leave your friggin' bus pass at the door, and this is an open air insane asylum. When you leave, please lock the window on your way out. China to China to 3.